Let me make sure that I get this whole thing live streamed to our location of where this week we're gonna live stream it. Ladies, how are you?
Good. How are you on this Sunday? It's beautiful out here in Florida.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm excited to get out there in that good weather here in just a few minutes.
Oh yes, it's gorgeous.
No.
You
Boom. I
okay,
had to
Miss
make sure
Single?
that everybody could hear us. So, you guys, you are live with the Empowerment Schooling Coaching Network on our Sunday time, Real Time Talk Sunday, with myself, your host, Mrs. Empowerment Coach, aka the Educator Coach. And go ahead, Miss Biracial Guru. Who are you?
Of course, Mrs. Biracial Guru, also known as Lissa Ann. Hey y'all. Hey. So what topics we got today? I don't know. Where everybody at?
I don't know, but let me see if I can spread the word, spread the word that we are live, honey.
Friend, you disabled my camera. I can't do it. I can't y'all can't see me.
We see your picture.
I know every time I keep on trying to do my video, it keep on saying host has disabled your camera.
I didn't. Oh, that's because you got off on that other thing. So give me a second here to figure out how to get you back where you're supposed to be with that beautiful smile. I don't know how that happened though.
It's okay, Queen.
All right. So you should be able to see at this point because you are now a co-host.
There you
There
go.
she goes. She's back.
Yes. All right. Leandra is in the building. Hey, girl.
Hey, Leandra.
Hey,
Hello,
boo.
hello, Leandra. Can you do me a favor and share out your? Oh, she is commenting, girl, ladies. She said, "Hey." All right. So let me make sure that we spread the word that we are live. And Leandra, can you do me a favor and spread the word that we are live right here on Real Time Talk Sunday? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right, ladies. So, Empowerment Schooling Coaching Network. What we do is, oh, Keisha, you never did introduce yourself, ma'am. Now that you're on the screen, hey.
This single coach, self-worth mastery. Hey, y'all.
Hey. So, Miss Singles Coach, honey, you got
Yes,
us all up here on this good Sunday. And this is your edition of this Real Time Talk Sunday. So, Leandra and everybody else is going to come aboard. What we're going to do is we're going to swap out. I know we're going to talk about those hot topics that we have, and each of us have our topics that we're going to talk about, of course. But the edition of Real Time Talk Sunday is for the singles mainly. So Coach Keisha is going to be taking front and center with the educating portion of this. But as you guys know, for the month of the middle of February, January, all the way through the middle of March, we are focusing on anticipation as the emotion because the name of the game is for us as empowerment coach to give you guys tips on how to master your thoughts, to condition your emotions so that you all are able to attract what it is that you need to yourself and actually live the life that you want to have. So we're on anticipation, you guys. And all of the coaches are, we write blogs on it, we do videos on it. So you guys, please chime in and add in your pieces to what anticipation is. And of course, the final stages of love, which is now, can I say it now, Lils?
Yes, you could say it now.
God. Attachment, aka commitment.
She
Okay.
been dying to say that, y'all, since Wednesday.
You put
I
her
mean,
on
please.
pause on Wednesday. That's why she's been excited to say it.
Right.
Got to keep that anticipation flowing.
Just rude. Just straight rude. Okay. So when it comes to commit and attachment, you guys, it's the third stage of love. And we have gone through the three stages throughout the month of February. The first stage is what, Keisha?
Lust.
Mm.
Ah. And the second stage is what,
Attraction.
And I got attachment. Oh, commitment, baby. Which is the third stage. Ow. Wow. Okay, you guys. So once you get through all those stages and you finally have made it up and the chemical reactions, you have fought through them and you have won and you understand where you are in any type of ship. It doesn't matter if it's a work ship, because even jobs give you this whole stage. That's what the 90-day thing is for the jobs. You know, you lusted and they lusted. That's why they posted the position. You were looking and then you got it, and then they were attracted to the resume that they saw, you know, that you presented. You were attracted to the position, and boom, y'all had an interview. Boom, you got the job. Now you're in the attachment stage, which is going to take you about, I'll say, they go through the 90-day process. They start the whole situation again. Are you going to be lustful of the position that you have now attached yourself to, and I've attached you to this assignment? You know, are we going to be able to trust that you're going to stay in a lustful mindset and you're going to stay attracted to your responsibilities and you're going to stay committed to being here on time and being on task and doing those type of things? That's where that, for me, that's my understanding and interpretation of what, you know, the attachment and commitment. It happens in relationships. Once you actually have lusted this person, you've attached yourself to them, and now y'all talking and y'all might even be getting it on. But then you do some hurdles and some life obstacles, and then you end up where, you know, the guy proposes or the girl proposes, and now at this point you guys are attached to one another, where you're ready to set up this commitment. And the commitment is when you actually are signing yourself to one another. It happens when you have your baby. You sign that paperwork to your baby. When you have the job, you sign yourself to the job, and now you're committed. So that's the third stage of love, which is not an emotion and it's not a feeling. I'm just saying.
Right. You would be right. And that was a great example of a job, because that's really how it works.
It does. They put you
Mm-hmm.
right back through that. They put you right back through that whole process, that 90 days. And that's why I tell my single friends and my single clients and consumers, if you are in a relationship with someone, if y'all ain't even like it's because once you get to a place in the relationship is where things are going to change and things are going to shift. And I'm not going to talk about this because this is for Keisha. I did my part. Okay, I did my part of telling you what attachment was, and a lot of people anticipate things and they daydream about it and they want it, and they want it for themselves so badly, whether it's a job, whether it's a maid, whether it's a child, whether it's a car, whether it's crack, whether it's having anal sex, whatever it is. You have lusted it, you have attached to yourself to it and attached you to it and it to you, and then now you are, well, you've attracted it to yourself and you to it and it to you, and now you've become attached or committed to it. But that's where things become difficult, and a lot of people move back up the chain because they're not ready for what commitment, you
Yes.
know, all entails. And it's a lot that when you're committed to a situation, it's a lot.
Right.
Right.
Most
Right.
definitely.
So for
Yes.
instance, Lissa, when it wait, Keisha, I'm gonna let Lissa talk about this whole Mariah Carey thing, honey, because
Oh.
I can't. Mhm.
Well, Mariah Carey, I absolutely love Mariah Carey, y'all. But as far as her her commitment stage, what she really wanted was children. And the reason why she really wanted children was, I don't know if people know her past story, but Mariah Carey grew up in a foster home. Um, and it was really, really difficult for her. And I guess she wanted to be that mom that she never had. But through that commitment stage, she's also went through quite a few relationships. In my, with her first relationship, I don't remember the guy's name, but that was her manager. She didn't necessarily marry him, but that's
They
because
were
he
in
died.
love. Yeah, they were
Yes,
in love though. Her and that old
and
ass man.
he was on the way to actually go apologize for a situation that they had, an argument, and he died on the way to her show. So I think that usually hits people hard, and they carry that, and they're not able to get stable from that point of not letting go of their past. But she continued. She's been married twice, and then she finally had, her children. And now I don't even know what's really. I don't think she really dating like that. Not like she was before she had them kids.
So you think that from, being a fan and um people are trying to get in and it's too late.
Um,
Excuse me, guys. I'm just letting them know that
yeah,
they haven't.
and with that example, I feel like some people with relationships, they lust, they lust or anticipate certain things as it's not always having a joint bond with somebody else or building with somebody else. Some people want kids out of it, some people want stability out of it, some people want millions of different things and have different ultimatums. And a lot of times that's why they bounce, 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 because they haven't figured out what they really want themselves or how to get it in the right manner.
I can definitely see that, and I believe that that's possibly why Keisha is sitting over there antsy as hell because this is her. This is all on her, baby. This is all on her. Let
She
me
ready.
ask you. Let me ask you a question, Lisa. So, from the biracial standpoint, okay, she got married to the. Okay, she was in love with the older man who he looked like he was Italian. When I was doing the research and trying to at least pull up pictures to be able to turn the screen to show there weren't any. So the next guy, his name was Tommy, would you say Milano or something of that nature?
Yeah.
Okay. He
Macho.
looked as though he was maybe Italian or something as well, of the urban, of the European descendant. Okay. So let me ask you a question. So they were married. Did you find out any research when you were researching whether or not they possibly were trying to have kids or things just weren't working?
I think things were. I believe she has
I
been
think
trying to have kids for a very long time. I think Mariah Carey had problems with getting pregnant. I'm not
I
sure because
think
a lot of people don't put they health life out there like that.
right.
I think he was too. The second husband was too much older than her, and he didn't want any children. I think that's what it was. He was much
That was the
older.
Oh,
first one.
He was much older. Yeah, the second
Yeah,
one.
The
you mean
first he was
you
her
mean
first
the first
husband. Nick
Well, yeah,
Cannon
but
was her
first?
second husband,
Yeah,
yeah,
Nick
and Nick
Cannon is her.
yeah. I think the
and
first one
Nick
was
Can-
much older. He was way older.
yeah, I could see that because Nick Cannon was young.
Okay. So do you think that maybe instead of getting her an older, wealthy European man, that didn't go so well each time. So then she decided to get her a young Negro.
Right. Yeah,
And
right.
you know what I'm saying? Things went a little better because they still had to get artificially inseminated.
Right,
Okay.
right. Yes, and them think that's how it happened.
So she got them doubles.
Yes, and she's also with the biracial aspect with Mariah Carey. I do know for a fact they try to say that she's bipolar, but she has said out her own mouth what she struggled with most was growing up, not knowing where to identify and not knowing how to express those emotions, especially being in the limelight.
So she herself didn't. She's not okay, not understanding this whole biracial thing either.
Right. Hmm. So when people say that it's bipolar, she broke down her reasoning behind her emotional back and forth. It did not stem from her being bipolar or being crazy. It stemmed from her not being able to identify with who she was and who she is growing up.
Mm.
Hmm.
Which gotta be something else, honey. That's gotta be something else.
Right.
But that's what we have you here for, to break it down and get it right. So kudos to you, ma'am. Maybe you should email her and y'all do an interview. Let's see how that works one day.
You know, that's my favorite. I die if I'm with. Boy, I love me some Mariah Carey.
She right her back, girl. That girl gonna be jumping off the tables.
Y'all gonna see me be like, I'll probably be in a state of shock for a minute, like.
She actually wrote me back. Wait a minute, hold on. She gonna ask her first. Are you sure? Is this Mariah Carey herself?
Right. Because that glitter movie, I ain't gonna lie, that stuff made me cry. It hurts my feelings. I love her, man.
Wow. So, wow. So her anticipation for not going through the lifestyle that she went through as a child is what put her in a place of, A, I'm gonna seek, well, from what it looks like, she put herself in a place of never having to want. So she got with an older man who was already established and who was pushing her career, which was, that's kind of different because he was her manager, but it kind of like was her father, but it kind of like was her lover, which kind of was weird. And I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just saying what, for me, it sounds weird. Okay, so that's my opinion, which does not make it a judgment. But anywho, so her anticipation, she attracted these things of not being, having wow. When you put it in the levels of love and how it actually is working, and then for her to just completely switch whole colors and ages and get a man that was obsessed with her, still had to use artificial insemination, got the family, got the house, he's a bazillionaire, and that still wasn't good enough. And so, I mean, it was never love, is what am I is that what I want to say?
Right, right. There was never a commitment to the love part. There was never yeah, she attacked, but then that also breaks down when we were talking about people being on two different levels of love last week. That's
Right.
an example. Nick Cannon was committed. She was in the just attraction stage.
Attracted to the idea of having kids, a family, a house, and blah blah blah.
Right.
But then she said that he was never around. But then he was already feeling like he had to be in a place of this because you wanted this old man with all this money, then you married this other man with all this money. And so Nick Cannon had to, he got himself in a place of proving
Right.
versus
He was also like in the place of following behind her. You know what I'm saying? He had to build his name up to try to even get on the level of Mariah Carey.
Right.
Look who he married. Nick Cannon, though they still jugging at him in his movies and his songs, let alone, you know what I'm saying? Now he's on the stature with Wild 'N Out and stuff like that. But when he married Mariah Carey, he had to build his name to get on there. So it was like he was Mariah Carey's husband instead of Nick Cannon.
Right. Mm-hmm.
y'all just find it up on her today, baby. I don't even know what to say right now. Let me check this chat area because, baby, Leandra, what do you got to say to this, honey? Because I don't even know what to say right now. They just getting it on and popping, and y'all just find it up.
Okay. Did y'all know that the guy, I don't remember his name from Empire, he got cut off the show.
Help me, God.
This man done anticipated to think he gonna get himself beat up and get some good old ratings and done got himself fired.
Right. Then what did she say?
She do believe that. I got some of it. I didn't get all of it.
She said she do agree that Nick was more in love with the thought of being with Mariah Carey. Exactly. He was never committed to the relationship. He was always attached and in lust with Mariah Carey. It never went to complete commitment. Oh Lord, I didn't mean to text y'all that. I meant to text that to Trina.
I'm like, what coffee?
Y'all gotta excuse me. I meant to text that to Trina, y'all, to my son. I ain't meant to. Y'all have to excuse me. Excuse me about that, y'all. Y'all listen, we all in a group chat. Like we do a lot of stuff together. So a lot of conversating in one place. So excuse me. But Leandra said that Nick Cannon just wanted them draws.
I saw that. I'm not gonna play Leandra.
That is a statue on his notch. He got Mariah Carey. It's a lot of people that can't get her now. Come on now.
You know what? Y'all know what? The way y'all life set up, I'm not about to play with y'all no more.
I'm just saying. He got that trophy, baby. He put her on the top. Now everybody else gonna go below that.
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not.
Of course. That's fact. I'm just saying they can say whatever they want, that she can't sing no more or whatever after that concert years ago. That's fine.
After what concert? Wait, what?
That's fine. She don't have to know how to sing no more because that girl done sang her butt off for years. She's already a legend.
Leandra said that she loves Mariah Carey and she's the best.
She's the best.
The wall is made of looking at I'm telling you thing up at the top.
Keisha, your little hot topic that you did for them couple weeks, they finally got a verdict.
What? What was the verdict, girl?
She's doing better. Wait. Leandra says she's doing better now. She was having a bad year that year.
Right.
You know, Mariah Carey don't always stay to the top. She's a legend, baby. They can go on and say whatever she want to say about her, honey, but she's still gonna always be in the lead. Long as she can get them high notes like she still can, baby. That is, hey. And even when she can, baby, somebody else gonna be able to. She gonna be sitting down there and they gonna be awarding her. She's the shit, so it don't matter.
That's what I said when they tried to say that. It don't matter. She just had kids. She got to get her vocal cords back in order. Don't judge her.
What if maybe Mariah Carey just wants to be a mom and singing just ain't really where she at right now, and it's more important to her to be a mom than anything else because to me. Mariah, I'm pretty sure Mariah Carey was in the studio quite often and things of that nature. So, I mean, I balleted for 12 years now. I bet your goddamn ass I can't get back up there on stage and get on that point. I bet you I break my goddamn ankle. I was good when I did it. I know I was damn good. And I'm talking about damn good. And at 35, I'm going to tell you something. Now, at least I can't do not a one damn split. I barely can do a cartwheel. Whereas I could do 100 pirouettes in 2 minutes and don't break my ankle and don't fuck it up damn time.
Right. When I was still she don't. And since she did have her kids, she ain't really been performing and stuff like that, which I respect that. That's when you have an anticipation or a strong love and all you wanted was children. I mean, hey, go be your best mom. You done entertained us for years. She made a name already.
Look at her age. She has the right to want to be a mother. She did all that. That's just like us. you partied when you were young. You became a mom. You did that. You done did that already. Now it's time to be able to experience something new in life and be a mom and raise your children and be able to say you did this. She still got them vocals. She can go sing with her children every freaking night. She can sing to them while they playing. She can even make a little song with them if she wants to. But that is her doing that and experiencing those new things with her children. She has done all that. She has the right to want to be a mom and raise them in the manner that she wants to, but she don't have to take them on the road all the time. She's spending time with them where she doesn't need a nanny. She's spending time with them.
Right. Right. And I totally agree. And I ain't never mad. Do it, Mariah. You done set you a name for yourself coming from the foster home.
Seth here?
Yes, Seth is here, everybody. Seth, you're here.
What up, though? Welcome to this Sunday.
This Sunday morning.
Okay.
She's nothing.
All right, guys. So, listen, let me tell y'all something. Got this little situation with this man. What y'all say his name was? The guy from Empire.
We don't know his name for real.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes,
we can hear you. Do you wanted to come? You wanted to come on the screen again, Seth?
That's fine.
Okay, give me 1 second. Leandra, do you want to come on? We can hear you, but we can't see you. Okay, well, Seth, you'll be coming up in just a second, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're talking about, Seth, I know you kind of heard the back end on it. The third stage of love is attachment, and AKA commitment. And that comes in because love is neither an emotion or a feeling. That comes into play when, let's say, you have been looking for a job and a job seeker has been looking for an employee. So now they've put it out there that they're looking for you and you're looking for them. So now you fill out the application. Now they pulled your resume and they're attracted what they saw and you're attracted to the details of the position. You guys have an interview. They're now attracted to you. You're attracted to the company from what they're saying, and boom. Now you're signing paperwork and they're okay with you signing paperwork and they're putting you on their payroll to sign you on. And now you guys are in an attachment to one another for whatever this work situation is. And then that's when the 90 days for both of you guys start. Whereas for the commitment, are you going to be committed, and are you going to stay attached, and are you going to stay attracted, and are you going to stay in a place of lust for 90 days to ensure that, they can sign you up for medical benefits and you can get retirement and things of that nature. That's where that is. And attachment is a form of commitment. Once people have babies, where ladies feel like, why do the guys always walk away? Well, let me ask you a question. Did he fucking sign the birth certificate? Because he never was committed from the get-go if he never signed the birth certificate. So how the fuck do you expect somebody to stay somewhere that they never even got attached to? Meaning, if they didn't come, they're not buying diapers while you're pregnant. They ain't at the hospital with you. They're not attracted to this pregnancy and to this role as a parent as you are. They lusted you to have sex with you, and the shit just turned out to have a baby. And now you're having a baby, and now they're not even attached to the idea because they ain't even calling you back. Period. That's how love happens in stages, and people are not understanding it. We brought that up with Mariah Carey as Alyssa being the biracial guru, explaining love through Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. What did you say, Alyssa?
That they were on two different levels of love. Mariah Carey really wanted children for a long time because her story growing up, she always wanted to be a better mom than what she experienced in her life. And Mariah Carey did what she had to do to get her children, but her commitment and what she anticipated as her level of commitment was not to a relationship with a man, it was to being a mother. So, people don't they wonder why people will lust after you and set you up, is what they call it. When they say you got played, that's because they had a whole different idea than what you had. And a lot of times, us as humans, we move extremely fast into situations without the 90-day rule, as Mrs. Empowerment Coach says, with the jobs. And one of us on either level end up feeling like, oh, they hurt us or this and this and that, but their idea of the level of love was not your idea. They anticipated something different when you was over here anticipating something else.
Right. And let me add something to that while we still talking about this, because Keisha will be able to have the whole closeout moment. I know she's anxiously waiting because this is her singles live. But for me, you guys, when I say the 90-day rule, I even mean that in relationships, not just jobs. I mean that in friendships as well, because if a person can't be consistent for 90 days, if a person can't be respectful for 90 days, if a person can't be reliable for 90 days, if a person can't be loyal for 90 days, why the fuck do I even need you around?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'm not gonna, in a relationship with, we just meeting in 90 days and we going out to the movies and we hanging out. First of all, you don't have to pay for a fuck thing for me, because I can pay for myself, because I don't automatically want you to go into this thinking I want something from you, because guess what, homeboy or homegirl, I can pay for both of us. How about that?
Right.
But see, what I'm learning when I'm campaigning with Nishan Nix, the way his mind works, you guys, is really attractive. He said something to me. He said that what happens in our community as a Black people, we do the 3 C's. We start out with confrontation. This is in any type of relationship. We start out with confrontation, and then we try to communicate, and then we try to connect. Whereas people in other societies and other cultures, they come into the conversation as a connection, and then they communicate, and if something goes wrong, and then there's confrontation. But as us as a people, what he says that Black people, basically he was talking about Black women, is what the conversation was, that Black women, they come off automatically confrontational. But that's because we have seen there has been no dad, or the guys that have come up, we've seen them, disrespectful to our moms, or the sisters and the brothers, they're disrespectful. So yeah, when a guy is trying to approach us, yeah, it's confrontation, because we don't trust them. We automatically go into any type of unionship with no trust, period. We don't have a mutual respect going into the situation, period. It's always a wall going up, even with friends, because the group of ladies that I have connected with one another, I promise you guys, it started out like this from every freaking one of them.
Right.
And every one of them is like, that's your friend, Alethea. That's your friend. That's your friend. That's your friend. But I'm asking them to trust me, guys, because I can definitely see that Keisha's not a fucked up person. Lisa, I know you. I wouldn't connect you with somebody fucked up, and I respect you, so I wouldn't do that to you. My friend Marquita, I wouldn't do that. I would not. So they come through me to trust one another.
Right.
And that's where he was saying that as a Black people, we automatically do this first. Whereas Europeans, Hispanics, Latinos, Russians, Philippines, Hawaiians, they're like, hello, hey, yes, let's work together, let's connect, let's build. And they will come together on a motherfucking lie. They'll come together on some fucked up ass shit, and they will go to the hilt. Whereas empowerment schooling literally wants to, I am a mindset branding coach. I would like to build a business with people to help you get your mindset together and brand your own thing and grow. But that has come up to me as motherfuckers want to put curses on you. Motherfuckers want to take your business. Motherfuckers want to come in your business and tell you what to do with your business and how to do it. They never were committed, because me and Alyssa have been like this trying to get work made. I'm researching, looking at other people's websites, trying to figure out what to do. My best friend Toya is calling me. My sister Buffy is a radio personality, waking me up at 2:00 in the morning, telling me about my website. A guy who's a network marketer takes time out of his day to call me, got me on the phone 2 hours. Oh, well, your website came up a F. What the fuck you mean it came up a F? Mind you, I didn't ask him to do that for me. Because he sees where we're going, and he believes in the vision, he called me. Alethea, your website ran an F on the SEO report. What the fuck you mean the F? Okay, well, what I need to do? He didn't charge me 1 cent. He didn't charge me anything to help me to get our website. But that's because he believes in us. But you guys, it's not that many that will be committed to the idea of growing a business and not seeing an output from a monetary standpoint. Alyssa and I have been doing this. It'll be 2 years on March the 2nd. We'll be doing this 2 years together. Well, Alyssa and I 1 year, but I'll be doing this 2 years as a coach, as a business. And guess what happened? I've had to fire people, but Alyssa has been committed this entire time. She has been committed with her money, with her time, with her energy, with her connections, all of that, even though life happens for her. Keisha has been committed from the time she started to see me researching and studying. The idea came up, oh, maybe I want to be a life coach myself.
Right.
But once she got in and saw the work, oh, baby. Yeah. It didn't distract her. It didn't. It made her go harder because I'm a person who believes in you, so I'm gonna go hard for you.
Right. And guys, let me tell you something. In a commitment stage in business, it's not always going to be peaches and cream, because sometimes we get text messages back to back, 4 paragraphs long.
Yep.
And we trying to do something else, and it's just do. I be looking like, wait.
But see,
this going on too fast.
I don't try to overwhelm you. I apologize. If you have to take it, just go on and do it. So if you're not ready for that commitment, don't jump into it. Like, serious.
Because I'm committed with my whole heart, like with my whole being. Like, I'm not me working as the campaign manager. This isn't this big monetary factor type of deal, but I know his connections. The people that I'm shaking hands with, the people that I'm rubbing elbows with to get him in that seat, they see me, and they know what I do.
Right.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be Farnsworth Bentley when it comes to getting him in his office, because trust and believe, the connections for retirement school are gonna be well above and beyond. This man is not from Jacksonville, Florida. He's from New York. Keep that in mind.
Right. And when I say that there's a lot of texts and stuff, guys, and stuff like that, one thing that I respect about our team is we all do just as much work. She ain't gonna ask us to do something that she's not gonna do herself.
Right.
And that is a big problem in a lot of businesses breaking apart. You cannot ask somebody for something that you are not willing to do yourself.
Right.
That's in any type of relationship. That's where respect come in.
Okay. I just had to get that out, though, as far as commitment, Seth. That's where we are with commitment. And that's the final stage of love. What you got to drop? What you got to drop, Seth? What you got?
Actually, I'm just enjoying y'all's comments.
Are you getting something out of it?
Exactly. That's why I hadn't said anything. I'm just like, okay, I don't need to say anything. They're on it.
Okay, Leandra, in the comments, what you got, girl? You got something? Because Keisha is going to take this thing over, you guys, and she's going to tell us about being single. I'm going to ask her a couple of questions about being single, and by her being the self-worth masteress, she's going to drop some nuggets here and get us all empowered with how she is such a graceful single coach, and gracefully single and advancing in life, like, as if she had a mate that was empowering her.
Right.
So, with that being stated, let me go ahead and get my questions up here for Miss Singles Coach. So, my question number one for you, ma'am, is how long have you been single?
8 years.
So, when you say single, because I am not technically, legally, I am not single. I am married. I am in a committed relationship with documentation at the state of Florida. So, were you signed legally to someone to no longer be considered single?
Yes, I was.
And how, so you were married?
Yes, I was.
And how long were you married?
We were married 10 years.
And how long were you together?
12 years.
Okay, and you have 3 children, right?
Right. All of them are his.
Okay, so for the 8 years that you have not been with him, have you been in, per se, a relationship that would say 12 months or more?
Well, I'm not counting the husband from the 12 years. I'm counting the relationship I was in that I jumped into right after him.
Are you smoking? What's in your hand?
Oh, that's a piece of paper on my computer. No.
She peeled it off and rolled it up. She peeled it off and rolled it up. You wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I was like,
That did look like a joint, though.
Goodness, Seth. I'm like, wait a minute. What we smoking? Girl, what is this? Hold on. We smoking? Wait a minute. I didn't know. Was we smoking? Girl, what is they doing?
Pass the peach pipe.
Hey, didn't it though, Seth? Didn't it look like she was about to blaze it up in this thing? Hey, I didn't know. I did not know. Okay, my bad.
So, if you want, I have been legally signed from a document single from my ex-husband for 8 years. I have been out of a committed 2-year relationship for 6 years. So basically, not being with anybody.
Y'all were attached to each other because you
attachment for 6 years.
Okay. So that leaves you single how long? Since
6 years.
So you've been single for 6 years, not in an attachment relationship. Okay. So during that time, what is it that you have done, or how are you doing that? Like what okay. What's the hardest part about being completely single? Like completely. No man, no mate or anything like that. What's the hardest part?
The dating part is the hardest part. Actually, I guess starting off lusting over somebody, thinking that you and that person are getting somewhere, and then something else happens or this and this happens. So it's more of understanding and knowing that in life you get to know people and people aren't meant for you. So it's like you have to set in your mind to know that when you meet people, it's like a trial run. Don't feel like just because it didn't work out that it's something with you. It's just probably not the person that you were supposed to be with. That's what dating is for. It's not for you to, if it don't work out in 4 months, that something is wrong with you. It's not necessarily that. You're taking a trial run. You're on a 90-day trial run with this person. So you have to understand that. So when something does happen, it doesn't break your spirits and you're like, oh, forget it. I don't want to date no more. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Everything being single is a trial run. If you don't take that in and take it, you will literally get into a depressed state of mind. And
okay, so let me make sure that I'm following what you're saying. So what I hear you saying, if I'm correct, is that when you're single, the best thing to do is to set boundaries when you're dating.
Yes.
And because boundaries look like what? What does that look like in your world of being single when you're dating? What does that look like?
I start off letting people know, me setting boundaries. Like if we're having a conversation and say sex comes up, I'm gonna already set that boundary and let you know I'm celibate. If you don't like that, you have a choice to leave. Now we get on down this road 2, 3 months, 2, 3 weeks later, and you bring that up, and I'm already formed to let you know that this ain't happening and this and that. And then you start catching the attitude. They're on my side to let you know that I'm gonna let you go.
Okay, so you have boundaries and you have red flags.
Yeah, most definitely.
So these are things that you said that by you being by yourself, you now have so basically you understand you being single,
Right.
giving you the time to understand you, what you like, what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear, what you want to eat, what you don't want to eat, things of that nature. Am I right?
Most definitely. And believe me, everybody, it has not been an easy journey. And I'm not going to say that I don't have them times where I feel like I need somebody or I want somebody. I have those moments, but I don't stay in them moments too long, period. Because I know my worth and I know what I want out of a person. I know what I can give somebody and I know what I'm looking for because I've spent that time with myself. And I've had men come into my life and do or say things that I know that I can't deal with and I can't handle. So if that comes up, I already spot those red flags and I just inform and let that person know that that's just something that I already know that I can't deal with. I've experienced it and I know I can't handle it. So instead of just lingering you on and making you think that I can or whatever, and then let you go in the future and let you know this the reason, I'm just gonna let you know that up front.
Okay.
Which my friends do say that
I
I
have a question. Well,
okay, Seth, what's your question?
it's not actually a question; it's a statement.
Okay, I'm listening.
But what she just said about letting the person know up front what she can and cannot deal with, I respect that out of a woman because I was in a situation like I told you about me doing the poly thing.
Right.
And anytime I approach a female, I let her know.
Right.
That's what I'm into.
Mm-hmm.
And I told this one female from jump, like I tell anybody else. She told me she was cool with it. And we started dating. And shortly after we started dating, she had a problem with it. And I'm like, okay, you knew this from day one. So don't come at me with an attitude because I still looking for that second female.
Okay. Okay. So.
And I've run into the issue where women will tell me, okay, yeah, that's something I can deal with. I think that's cool. It's something that I have thought about, something that I want to try or whatever. And then when they get involved with me, the whole situation changes.
And that, let me tell you, go ahead, Keisha, go ahead.
I have a question with that one because I get exactly where you're coming from because I've had guys, boys that about a poly relationship. But when you do tell them that you are in a poly relationship and this is what you are, do you explain to them what a poly relationship is? Because, some women really don't understand the real definition of a poly relationship and what they're involving themselves in.
Well, if they tell me that they don't know what it is or don't quite understand, yes, I will explain it.
Okay. But what I hear happening, Seth, is what we're talking about at Empowerment Schooling, the 3 levels of love. Everybody's looking at love as an emotion or a feeling. You're looking at it as something that is going to happen from an outside person. You have to be able to love you. You have to be able to have, but beyond love, it's respect. I feel like that's where people are getting this thing misconstrued. You have to be able to respect yourself. You have to have those boundaries in place that Right. You have to have those boundaries in place that you yourself are comfortable with you. If you know, for instance, Seth, you know that you're comfortable being in a polyamorous relationship, and when you're in a polyamorous relationship, you lust whatever it is, you're attracted to whatever that is, and you're committed to making sure that the relationship stays flowing in the way that it should, right?
Right.
Okay, the second female is gonna have to is gonna have to go through all three. She's not only gonna have to get over being lustful about the idea. She's not only gonna have to get beyond being attached to the unionship of a man and a woman. She's gonna have to figure out how to be committed in her mind with herself, knowing that she is a part of a party of a relationship that includes two other individuals, which means that she's going to have to be committed to you and committed to the other party. That's where I feel that in polyamorous relationships, because they're not understanding the three levels that go along with what it takes for this relationship to work. 1 second, Keisha. Leandra said, do you think that they are jealous because they feel you are not giving more to the other individual set?
Well, I feel, well, I ain't gonna say I feel. I know that the main woman, she denies it, but I see it in her actions that it's about jealousy, because she tells me that I have to treat each woman as an equal. But when I tell her that's what I'm trying to do as far as time spent with each woman, she says that she disagrees with the way that I do that. And like I try to explain to her, the way you're telling me that you want it, that's not treating each woman equal. Because you're telling me that you want me to sleep with you every night, in the same bed with you every night. Well, that leaves her out. She doesn't get any time with me sleeping in the same bed with her at night. So that's not treating each woman equal.
No.
So why aren't y'all just all sleeping together if this is a committed agreement with the three of you all?
Right.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
With these ladies, because at the end of the day, regardless if you getting in lust, attraction, or attachment with the man, question is, did they lust themselves? Did they attract themselves? And did they attach and commit themselves to themselves first to understand what they wanted in life, what type of relationship they actually wanted for real, or are they just settling just to be with you? Because at the end of the day, they have to have self-worth within themselves and actually know what they actually want. So have they actually found, do they actually love them to be able to, because if they did, I don't think it would be a problem with the polyamorous relationship, because they should know exactly what they want, how it's supposed to go, and all that stuff. They just sound like to me that they just want to be with you.
And that's how I feel about it sometimes, that she just said that she was okay with it in order to get with me. And now that she's with me, she doesn't want that second female involved at all.
So that, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to work, because she's going to always be jealous, and it's going to always be a situation, going to always be a problem until she digs down deep inside of her and find out what she actually wants in life and what type of relationship she wants. So it's going to always be a back and forth thing.
Right. And I can actually say, listen, I was married 5 years, but we were together 13 years, on and off. But we were married 5 of those years. And I got into a lot of relationships after that. But one thing that I know for sure, when I was single, I was mingling because that's what the fuck I wanted to do. That's how I wanted to do it, and that's when I wanted to do it, whether it was with a woman or a man, whatever the fuck I wanted to do. When I was single, that's what the fuck I did. And I was a-okay with that. And I was not worried about what the next person said, thought, or felt, because this was my life that I was choosing to live. When I chose to no longer be single, that was made up in my mind because I didn't want multiple females and multiple men anymore. So for me being single, I was all the way live when I was single because I was committed to me, I was attached to me, and I lusted me and what another motherfucker could and would do for me.
Right.
And that was a lot of me.
Right. And mine is different. I'm single and happily single and doing me, building me, but I don't have to go out there and have sex with everybody or whatever. Yes, I have or whatever. But now I've come to the understanding that I understand energies and all that different stuff. I don't choose to sleep with multiple people to get a whole nother person's energy. So I become somebody that I don't want to become.
And that was a lot of the reason why I set the fuck down. When I realized what energy was and what was happening, oh no, listen here. I'm through with that shit. I'm gonna be with one person. I got to get balanced. You're right, Keisha. I had to get that shit together. That was right.
Okay, and in that same aspect, in my lifestyle, and I understand the energy thing, which is why I've always been a picky person.
Right.
I don't just pick any and everybody. I go through a process. If I don't get the correct vibe from you, I'm not going to pursue you.
Do you have a time limit on that? Like, do you wait a certain amount of time? And I'm asking that, you guys, because I want it before we close this out. We only have like 2 minutes, but we always go over like 3 minutes. So that's a total of 4 minutes we got left. But let me ask y'all a question though. This is my question. With the 19 Kids and Counting, that show, you see how they handle relationships. Like the people have to talk on the phone and there has to be an adult there monitoring the conversation. When they go out, they have to have a chaperone. They can't hug, they can't, like they have to side hug, they can't hold hands. And then after a certain amount of time goes by, then they're able to like hold, like it's a lot. Do y'all think that maybe, just maybe, that might be a good thing?
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. That's even when it comes to dating. My oldest child didn't start dating until she was 17 because I saw that she wasn't mature enough. Me, her parent, I paid attention to how much, if she couldn't follow the simple rules in my household, I knew she couldn't follow some rules once she got out my household. So now, like the things that she say when her and her boyfriend are into it, I'm like, wow, like you actually listen to me? Like she sounds so mature because I said at this age, I don't feel like you're mature enough. Or even wearing makeup and stuff like that, I don't feel like you're mature enough. I feel like this is a certain age. Yes, I feel like that is awesome because that's going to go down the line. That is something that they're starting, that their children is going to move on to, even though their children might not like it now. When they get older, they're going to thank their parents for that.
Right, because I feel like that's a form of protection because the palms of your hands, these are portals. That's why I don't shake people's hands that often. I'll fist pump or elbow somebody real quick and listen to them be laughing when I do that shit. Oh, no, a bitch already done tried to curse me. I ain't never letting that. Nope, that's okay. That is A-okay. The bottoms of my feet, oh, those are portals. I don't even like nobody. Hey, don't put your fucking feet on me. Hey, dog. That's how I feel.
Girl, look at that face.
Listen, she just don't like feet.
I don't say that shit about feet. Listen, keep that shit.
I don't even like my children putting their feet on me, and I am dead serious.
It can be a little bitty ass baby. You know how they bounce. If you ain't got no socks on, don't put your motherfucking feet on me. I don't give a damn if you 3 minutes old. You can be 3 minutes old with that badass juju. I don't give a shit. Socks. I would tell somebody, hey, you need to put your baby on socks. Because I ain't gonna pick it up. I won't pick your baby up. Your baby ain't got no socks on. Oh no, I will hold it and put it sideways where the feet is hanging off.
She has already won, y'all, so don't get upset when she does it.
Right. I don't play that shit. I listen here. I don't play that. Don't keep that energy over there. Keep that shit over there.
And the stuff is real. Shoot, that energy stuff is super, super real. For real. That's junk transforming. You be wondering why you snapping off and you not usually a person that snap.
Right. So, wow. Keisha, self-worth, setting boundaries, doggone, being single, enjoying yourself. Okay, so close us out with 3 little tips that we can take along with us for those that are single.
Who that lonely word, take it out. You're never lonely. You always have yourself. Yes. It gets boring sometimes, but you have to figure out what you like. Find out who you are. Find out what pushes you and what's your drive to take your focus off that. Because once you take your focus off that and you keep on moving, baby, I promise you, you ain't even gonna realize that there ain't nobody beside you. You're gonna feel like that you got a companion and they moving you and driving you each and every day.
Wow.
And don't take, and when it does come to that and somebody does come in, it's okay to attach yourself with your friends and do this and do that, but don't ever lose yourself. Don't ever lose yourself within somebody else. Know who you are, be determined in who you are, and stand strong in it. You don't have to mirror nobody. You can be friends with somebody, attach yourself, and grow with them, but you don't never have to mirror them.
Right. I can definitely respect that. Oh yeah, and on these jobs, one thing, man, listen, you're hired to do a job. You're not hired to be a slave. So, if the commitment of you signing and they're paying you is not being upheld on both ends, if there isn't a mutual level of respect and loyalty, sweetheart, somebody else is hiring as well. You have a skill because you can go to a job, you can learn that trade, you can be there on time as well. You can create these things for your own self. What you got, Nelson?
Hey, y'all dropped them brown nuggets. Basically, I agree with the whole bonding thing before relationships, in any aspect, especially relationships. Y'all be friends first. It's okay. It works better that way.
Because you once you friends, if you find out that person do something, shoot, you already know, man. That's who you are.
Right.
Anyways,
you know? Okay, now what was you saying, Lisa?
When you go into things in a friendship aspect, you're more likely, as a woman and a man, to be more open with that person and really be yourself. So if you're friends first, you already know stuff. There's nothing caught by surprise. So them long 6-7 months down the line or a year down the line, and it'd be like peekaboo. Who is you? No, if you're friends first, you know a personality, you know a person's personality, you know their traits, you know their story. Because you're just gonna sit down, you're just gonna talk. Because you're not trying to trick your mind as trying to be this, oh, let me get in here good because I really want this to work. No, just be you and be friends. Build a bond. A foundation can crack, but when you're not friends first, that's how it breaks.
God, girl, listen. I love
it. Good one. I like that one.
Hey, listen here. Peace, y'all, and hair grease. Lisa killed the whole scene. I'm out. I am out.